Hello there everybody and welcome to the entertainment headquarters, and it's time for a trailer reaction. Now, a few months ago we were, pleasantly surprised. Well, my curiosity was kinda, tweaked a bit with the arrival of the first trailer for Ghostbusters Frozen Kingdom. And here we are a few months later being granted the second trailer, which we're about to look at. And I think what I said when I watched the first trailer, how I enjoyed Ghostbusters Afterlife, which was, it was a reboot, but a legacy sequel, which, featured, cameos of the original cast. It had Easter eggs to the first two films. It featured the main villain from the first film returning, which was a great twist. The background was, in a small country town instead of the big city. So it did have some original elements in it, and it also brought in a younger cast that are now working their way up to be the next generation of the Ghostbusters. And of course, Ivan Reitman, who directed the first one, his son Jason Reitman directed Ghostbusters Afterlife. He co-wrote it. He also co-wrote this one, which is Ghostbusters Frozen Kingdom. And his co-writer, which I believe, I'm just going to double check I get the name right, is Gil Keenan. He co-wrote Afterlife and he co-wrote Frozen Kingdom, but then he's also took on the helm of being the director of this one. And of course, the biggest elements from Afterlife was it was an amazing tribute to Harold Ramis, who played Egon Spengler, and it carried on his lineage by introducing the younger members of his family. And the last half of that film, I'm not gonna lie, I did have tears in my eyes, and it did give me those emotional feels. But here we are, hey-ho. A few years later, now they're going out of the small town and they're returning to the big city of New York to the original Ghostbusters firehouse, which I think the production title of the film was Ghostbusters Firehouse. So immediately it got me interest when I heard that. And this time around, the original cast members are having, I think, more than a cameo in this. I believe they will be featured heavily within the plot, which of course the original cast is Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, and it has Annie Potts playing Janine's back, who had a small cameo in the last one. I think she's got a bigger role to play in this one. And of course you have Paul Rudd, you have Mackenzie Grace, you have Carrie Coon, and I'm just having a look. You also have from Stranger Things, I forgot his name, but the kid from Stranger Things, Finn Wolfhard, he's in this, and a few more, and there's a few more added additions to the cast. But that's enough of me yapping on. Let's get to it, and let's have a look at Ghostbusters Frozen Kingdom. Boom.
We're gonna need all the help we can get.
Let's get to work.
It's all dark and horny at 12 o'clock.
I've been waiting 40 years for this. They called themselves Ghostbusters. According to these hacks, they saved the world. No eyewitnesses. And who is found to carry the torch? Descendants of Egon Spengler. You have a miner hanging out the side of a moving vehicle, firing a laser gun indiscriminately.
Has a proton pack. It's
Oh,
completely
he's
safe.
back.
I wouldn't say completely safe.
The
prick.
Ghostbusters
Heck.
are finished.
Right, well, overruled.
Sustained.
Thank you.
You the weird guy who buys strange old things?
Correct on both counts.
Buddy, you just hit the jackpot.
What is it?
Better question is, what's inside of it?
The parables tell of an unimaginable evil commanding an army of ghosts. With the power to kill by fear itself.
Like, literally scared to death?
We might be looking at a second ice age.
We're gonna need all the help we can get.
Let's get to work.
Can I be of any help?
Melnitz in uniform. Yes.
If there's something strange, if there's something weird, what are people gonna call?
Ghostbusters, what do you want?
We're the Ghostbusters. Can I tell you something else? What? Buster makes me feel good. It makes me feel good.
Heads up. It's all dark and horny at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what can I say about that? That very much feels very much similar to the feels that I got when I watched Ghostbusters Afterlife. It's got a mixture of, you know, nostalgia, a mixture of originality, and the one thing I've actually really enjoyed with the Ghostbuster films is they're very quite creative when it comes to the villains. Like Gozer was the first villain, and then you had the Carpathian. I think it was Victor the Carpathian. I forgot his name, but I know he was trapped in the painting. You know, you had that horrible purple goo ooze going around the city causing mayhem. And now you have this ice demon type character, and so looks very good. I'm not gonna lie, I probably am gonna see this at the theatres. I have a friend called Nenad from Germany, Berlin, who saw this trailer, messaged me and said he is hyped to see Ghostbusters Frozen Kingdom. I'm gonna say I'm probably more hyped now I've seen more of the film, and obviously you've got more nostalgia in there by bringing the character of Peck back, who, if you cannot remember, he was totally against the Ghostbusters and he was covered in marshmallow, laughing hysterically when the State Puff Marshmallow Man was destroyed. And that was the last we've seen of him. And here we are now. Looks like he's in a more official role. Potentially he's the new mayor of New York. Who knows? And of course, you've got Slimer back. And something else I noticed, there was a ghost where she's looking and she's running towards or floating towards the cast there. And that looked like the classic library scene from the first film. So it's going to bring the nostalgia vibe as well of hopefully some more originality. Just make it a fun movie with, you know, that's all I want. It's just a fun, big popcorn flick that, you know, delivers. And the first one delivered within the new reboot series. And I like the fact that the original cast are getting a bigger, involvement with this one. So for me, yeah, me hype, like me friends, it's a little bit higher now. But What will I think after I've seen the film? That's the difference. Trailers are there to hype things up. It's not till you get your butt in the seat till you decide whether the film, you know, meets your expectations. So with that said, yes, I'm liking the look of this. I'm liking, you know, the nostalgia feels, and I'm liking how it's bringing some more originality to it. So, what's your opinion of the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire trailer, the second trailer? Are you excited for this? Are you going to go and see it? Are you not bothered? Were you disappointed? I would like to know. But until then, I'll see you all at the next one.
We'll be right back.